Hi everyone, in this video we are going to look at the power rig setup for the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K with the AndyCine 4K monitor with an NPF 970 battery and also the Rhode Videomic Pro Plus and with a Wise SSD setup. The setup actually I like the way it has been set up. It gives you an optimal solution for mounting the camera as well as the cage with the handle and the flip screen, and also it powers the Pocket Cinema camera and the Wise SSD drive. So I laid out all the items that you need for the setup. On the top left we have the Wise SSD 1TB drive with the USB-C to USB-C cable that attaches to the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. On the bottom we have the Smallrig NATO handle with its setup tools, and the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera is already set up with the Smallrig cage. The camera has a Lumix 14-140 lens with the lens cap. On the bottom we have the Rode Videomic Pro Plus. I learned that the Blackmagic doesn't give power source right out of the 3.5mm audio jack, so I had to get the powered mic to go with it. And then on the top right we have the NPF 970 battery with the Y2 to DC connector that I got from Amazon. And then on the bottom we have the AndyCine 4K 5.7-inch monitor that actually has a swivel screen that can rotate. It comes with the HDMI cable that connects to the camera, and also we have the DC output that actually powers the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera as well. First up, we're going to unbox the AndyCine camera. It comes with the camera hood, the manual, the monitor itself. It's a 4K display monitor. It comes with 2 sets of HDMI cables and the hood to attach the screen, and also the adapter to mount. The next one we're going to see is the Rode Videomic Pro Plus. As I mentioned earlier, Blackmagic doesn't source the power through the 3.5mm jack, so it has to be a self-powered mic. So I chose the Pro Plus, which also has a good quality. It's a good quality shotgun mic. The mic also has a Rhode mount, and also comes with a male-to-male 3.5mm jack and a rechargeable lithium battery. It also comes with a USB cable that actually charges the camera, the mic. There is a door just in front of the mic, and then we were able to insert the battery, and hooks up very well. Next, we're going to look at the Smallrig cage, which I've already set up in the camera. As you can see, this is a very good cage. It has a lot of mounts that we will be using that as a base for the rig. First up I did was to set up the handle. The handle actually comes with 2 screws and just a little bit of higher mounts. Actually use the front side of the handle to actually mount my SSD, the Wise SSD, which I will show a little bit later. So the top screws, it actually fits very well with the Smallrig cage. I was able to just screw it in and then just secured it very well. It also has some a good handling capabilities, so you can actually take some low shots using this handle, and it also mounts my SSD. that's the Smallrig, the handle with the cage. Fits well. It's easy to carry along, including handheld shots. The next one is the Vice SSD external hard drive. This is a 1 terabyte location. It comes actually with a quick little mount with the screws and actually extends the card with the USB-C cable which attaches to the camera. So as I decided to do the mounting on the front of the camera, it's a very easy to set up. It's just a one mountable option, but you can pretty much fit it in anywhere in the cage. But I thought that's a good location because it doesn't hinder on my handling of the camera and also any of the monitor cables. And it also comes with a hot shoe mount, which you can actually put it in and take that in so that just fix it in place. And the hard disk itself is pretty small. I like the form factor of this hard disk when compared to the Samsung. It is easy to, it's very lightweight, and it's easily removable from the mount, as you can see in this step where I was able to just snap that in place facing the camera, and then I was able to attach the USB-C cable from the hard disk to the camera. There you can see this is with the cage, the handle, and the hard disk now mounted. So next up is the AndyCine monitor. I already hooked up the handle that came with the monitor. It just slides in. There is a hot shoe mount at the top of the handle, which I think it fits well. I was able to just slide in and secure the monitor. As you can see, this is a swivel screen, so you can actually turn it back. There's a battery holder that actually has a slot for the NPF 970 battery, which you see here from Power Extra. This is 8800 milliamps. I think it should power pretty much the camera, and then we're going to see how we can fit that in the power outlet of the monitor to the camera. So this is the HDMI cable. We can use the HDMI in on the monitor, and then use the HDMI out from the camera. So the next one, I'll give you guys the link, but this is a DC output connector from Rhode below. So there is a power out, you can see it attaches to the power out of the DC, and then connected to the DC output, the 12 volt input. Even though it's just 12 volt, I think the output from the monitor is 8.4 volts, which should just power the camera with the power out source. when the camera is switched on, you can already see the camera is powered. So I'm just switching on the power. So this power is from the monitor. You can see the camera powering on, and it also kind of sends the signal to the monitor. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'll show you a shorter screen, but it's showing AC with the powering off the camera as well. Just tightening up the cables so that it stays in place. So the Viper connector has a good holder. I think it snaps well. So that's the full setup of the cage. I think this is a very lightweight. It's not adding too much weight, but you can see the battery solution. It comes more than an hour or two, extends the battery life of the camera as well. The last step is attaching the Videomic Pro Plus. There is a hot shoe mount that comes with the handle to the camera. I used that space to connect, and then I was able to connect to the audio out from the camera. That's the 3.5mm audio mic output. So when I switch on the camera, the mic automatically switches on, even though it's powered through the mic's battery. It actually sends a signal, so the mic automatically switches on. So that's the overall setup. It was pretty quick. I did that in less than 10 minutes. I was able to assemble the entire setup in a very quick time. So here, this is the close-up shot of the camera being powered by the monitor, and I was just able to record pretty smooth with the external SSD. This is recording at ProRes 4K 24 frames per second, and I recorded pretty well without any issues. So that's the full setup from the back. You can always swivel the screen. It focuses well. It has the focus assist on the monitor as well. I can see it recorded multiple times. I tested with no issues. The camera is still powered through the monitor. I can always swivel the screen if we need to have the front of the camera. You can also see I had a different option for the Wise SSD. This is a different setup rather than on the front. This is without the handle, but just the handheld setup for the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, where I was able to just use the hot shoe mount of the cage and use the other side to mount the SSD drive. the setup. We saw two options. I think the power rig works either way, with the handle or without the handle. It powered through the camera, and also there's a lot of good features on the camera as well, that actually you can control what output that you want for the camera or the monitor to be shown. That's the overall setup. This is a quick review of the power rig using very little options and less than 10 minutes. Thank you guys.